now it is my pleasure to introduce Tripp Grooms, MHA SGA President.
Thank you, Dr. Swan, for those great words of wisdom, and congratulations to those students that just achieved that great academic honor. I know a few of you, I know y'all have just exceptional personalities as well, so congratulations on that. Before we get this party started, there's a few things I'd like to say. I'd like to take a moment of silence for the people of Philadelphia who were in that train accident, first of all, that unfortunate circumstance. I'd also like to take some time to thank the troops, the people who have currently in the military and have served in the military in the past, that allow all of us to gather here today without that worry of having to worry about people coming over and challenging America. So that's something I would like to say as well. I'd also like to acknowledge that for the full-time students, there is a grace period of 6 months. Yeah, you don't have to start paying back your student loans. So, I know Dr. Zoller mentioned turn your cell phones off, but if you can turn them on, if they go off, that helps take the attention off of me. And if my face turns red, let's go with sunburn instead of nerves. So, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to say good afternoon, faculty and graduates, distinguished guests, and past alumni. And it's a great honor to speak on behalf of the 2015 graduating Medical University of South Carolina Doctorate and Masters of Healthcare Administration programs. I want to particularly highlight the accomplishments of the 94 individuals graduating here today. However, I'm also here to plant a seed today. A seed that will provide motivation, inspire your careers. I hope that will help you become more than you ever dreamed of, but please bear with me, as I've not done a graduation speech since about the 8th grade. But the question is, will that seed have a chance to take root, or will y'all be asleep by the time we get to the third paragraph of my speech? But first, like everyone here, take a moment and close your eyes. Just go ahead and close your eyes for a minute, but don't fall asleep. I want you to imagine something for a minute. I want you to imagine waking up Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to get ready for a 10-hour workday. When you finally get home, it's about 5:30 p.m. You have a house to clean, a wife or husband to tend to, a kid or two, maybe even 3 to take care of, and a dog that needs to be taken out. When all of this is said and done, it's about 10 p.m. You're just now starting on your homework or attempting a test in financial accounting of healthcare organizations that you've been dreading in the back of your mind all day. And as if this weren't enough, it's about midnight, and you take a look at your healthcare politics syllabus just to figure out that you have a 20-page paper due the weekend of your marriage anniversary. You can all open your eyes now, but folks, this is a glimpse into the life of an executive and doctorate student, and it's a tall order to say the least. Now, not much is different for the lives of a full-time MHA student. Besides, they're in the physical presence of the professors, and it usually takes about 2 years to complete the program. For many of the full-time students, classes attended in the mornings. Notice how I said for many. An internship follows a quick lunch break, and then it's on to group and independent study in the evenings. And believe me, there were plenty of group functions over the course of the last 2 years. But upon reflection, this has afforded myself and my classmates countless memories, unparalleled brainstorming, the learning of healthcare competencies, and the fact that there are people much smarter than you. I'd like to extend a special recognition for the 18 individuals that will be receiving their doctorate degree here today. I've always viewed individuals with the title of doctor as true mavericks in our society. You guys have worked diligently, spending countless hours perfecting your craft, and becoming champions in your industry. Let's face it, when earning a doctorate degree, there's just absolutely no way around hard work. So give yourselves a round of applause. No doubt the future is very bright. As I look around this room, I know the healthcare industry is going to be better off with this graduating class of healthcare professionals. In this room, I see future CEOs, CFOs, COOs, department directors, healthcare consultants, healthcare politicians, long-term care administrators, perhaps future healthcare administration professors, and who knows, maybe even a healthcare attorney. But I don't think he's even here today. Ricardo is Rebar? No, he's not. Okay. As for the College of Health Professions and the MHA, DHA faculty, I want to say thank you. Parents, siblings, family members, mentors, alumni, thank you for all of your sacrifices. I'm a prime example that with the support of family, guidance from wonderful professors who want to see you succeed, and just a little bit of ambition, there's nothing you cannot achieve in this life. This year alone, we have fellows that have been accepted to Vanderbilt, Duke, Wake Forest, PUMC, UC Davis, MUSC, Roper, Spartanburg Regional. We have people that have accepted jobs at Deloitte, Johns Hopkins, McLeod Health, Greenville Health, Epic, Triage, and that's just to name a few. And for those of you that have been working while earning your MHA or DHA degree, your prolific pursuit of excellence is going to thrust you into positions that maybe you could not have received without this degree. Or maybe you were determined to acquire the knowledge necessary to positively impact your organizations. You have not only increased the chance of success at the individual level, but perhaps have achieved the calling of doing something greater than yourselves. And let me tell you, this is a prize that no dollar figure can substitute for. Lastly, I guess I've gotten to the point where I'd like to offer some motivational and inspirational advice. I've spent countless hours over the last month or two cogitating over what I can say, what piece of advice I can provide to not only the graduates here today, but the audience in attendance as well. And then it dawned on me. There's no need for me to create some esoteric colloquy, but rather delineate something with didactic simplicity. Say what? I'm sure Professor Meacham is shaking his head right now, but when you have a master's degree, you can say things like that. So my first pillar out of six, I have 6 pillars that I'd like to share today, and they stem from my experiences at the Citadel, various leadership positions, and my experiences with professors and mentors as well. And I believe they're a large part of my success thus far. The first one is embrace adversity. Outside those doors lies an endless realm of opportunity. A world starving for new ideas and new leadership. The ever-changing field of healthcare awaits the fresh knowledge and determination from individuals such as yourselves. But be keen. As you progress into the next chapter of your lives, be weary. It can be rough out there. There will be obstacles to overcome as healthcare administration professionals. There's going to be losses along the way. And that's okay, because there's Starbucks and Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits that will be there to pick you up. And also, Dr. McKee couldn't attend today because he's on vacation out of the country, so we have him right there in his little Starbucks cup. For those of you who don't know Dr. McKee, he attended class with that small Starbucks cup, and he's the only person I know that takes a sip out of it with a straw. Hot coffee, I don't know. All right. I have a saying, the true testament of a person's will lies in each individual's ability to persevere during a time of adversity and create a positive situation out of the darkest of times. This best summarizes a short personal story I'd like to share with you here today. I spent most of my youth playing sports in the small town of Asheboro, North Carolina, with a very special person. His name is Colin Smith. Colin and I played basketball, baseball, football, and soccer together for about 8 years throughout elementary and middle school. That's about 8 years of competing and playing alongside of each other, cracking jokes, and spending countless hours finding ways to get into trouble. I moved away this summer following graduation from middle school. I was about 14 years old, but since then I've kept in contact with Colin, and he has found great success since our playing days. Colin has since then graduated from High Point University with a degree in communication, has served as a graduate assistant for the High Point University men's basketball team, as well as recently won a state championship as an assistant coach for Greensboro Day High School. But there is one thing I forgot to mention, and I did this intentionally, is that Colin is a quadriplegic. That summer that I moved away, I received an unfortunate phone call that Colin was in a serious car accident. Unfortunately, paralyzed him from the neck down. I would like to note that only 5% of individuals that face this situation continue on with any schooling. Only 1% go on to college, and even smaller percentage of that graduate. I don't share this story with you today to put a damper on this ceremony, to make you feel bad for Colin, but rather to inspire you that when you're in the trenches of life's battles, when you're at your lowest of lows, and you don't think you can keep pushing forward, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's nothing that you cannot accomplish, whether it's in healthcare or outside of healthcare. This, my friends, symbolizes my first point of embracing adversity. And I'd like to let you know that Colin is actually in attendance here today. Colin is also having a movie created about him that is coming out in about a year or two. Just so you know, so be on the lookout for that. That's the truth. He is. My second pillar is give back. It is always important to give back, whether you are serving time in the military, running for a political office, donating your money or serving your time, volunteering. Be a mentor. Invest back in this program. But just make certain that you pay it forward in some capacity. There's no better joy than helping others and seeing them succeed along the way. My third pillar is pursue what makes you happy. Although I'm a young professional, I've had the succinct fortune of learning a number of valuable lessons from mentors, professors, and my parents. Not the least of which, I want everyone in this room where you're graduating here today to pursue what makes you happy. Even if this pursuit takes you on a path in which you never anticipated taking. Because when you're in a pursuit of happiness, you're in a positive state of mind. And when you're in a positive state of mind, you're creating positive encounters with other people, thus enhancing their happiness as well. My fourth pillar is my toughest one that I've actually had to apply, and I learned it during my time at Citadel, and that is patience. I have often spent time planning the schematics of my life, typically ruminating over my next move for each phase of my life. And although this helps us create mental and physical checkpoints, sometimes it is not good to make malleability and life mutually exclusive. Your job is not to figure out how it happens or plan some elaborate scheme for the world to fulfill your order. The universe will laugh as your order is not on her schedule. As far as I can see, life is about letting the universe know what you want and letting go of how it comes to pass. And don't worry if you miss your cue, because there are always doors opening. Embrace those challenges by viewing them as being beneficial. My fifth pillar is simple: have faith. Why not take a chance on faith? Not religion, but faith. Not hope, but faith. Hope walks around a fire while faith leaps over it. My last and final pillar is give the world your very best every day. Like many of you, I have questioned, how will I serve this world? What talents can I provide to this society? And then there's a piece of advice my father has told me time and again that appears to be a common denominator, and that is the effect that you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. All I'm trying to say, if I'm saying anything at all, is affect this world with the light within each and every one of you. Don't be that person asking, what if? What if I challenge the status quo? What if I defied people's expectations of me? Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Risk being seen in all of your glory. Congratulations, class of 2015. It's been a great honor. May your hearts be full of love, and may you find happiness in all your future endeavors.